finally uploading another video. So the reason that I disappeared from YouTube again was because I went on vacation to Washington, and I had planned on pre-filming videos so that way they could still be uploading while I was gone, but I didn't have time, so I just kind of had to do nothing. So sorry about that. But today, I have an unhaul for you. I think this is my third unhaul that I've done on my channel so far, but I've reached that point where I've accumulated enough books in my like unhaul pile where I decided to film a video because I'm going to be getting rid of these books pretty soon. They may already be gone by the time the video goes up. Don't really know. And these are just books that I either read and really have no interest in reading again, or I haven't read and I've just owned them for like a long time and I don't think I'm ever going to read them. If I change my mind one day, I can always get it from the library or something, but at this point in time, I just have no interest in reading it. And if one of these books is your favorite, like, it's nothing personal, obviously, even though people always seem to get upset about unhauls, but like, why? But anyway, I'm just gonna get into the unhaul now. I have 14 books and a lot of them kind of go together, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. The first book I have is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. It kind of hurts my heart to get rid of this book because it's J.K. Rowling, but I have tried to read this like 3 times now. I tried once when it first came out, and then I tried during Tome Topple last time, and then I even started the audiobook, and I don't care. It's just not my taste. I really like her writing style in it, and that's what made me want to at least give it another shot, was because I liked the writing, but I just don't care about the story at all. And I'm never gonna read it, because I mean, I've tried it 3 times now and I just can't get into it, and if I'm not gonna read it, then I don't need to keep it, and somebody else might enjoy this more. So I'm just gonna get rid of it, even though it kind of makes me sad. Next I have something that might be a little controversial. Don't hate me, but it's the Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer. I had these books a long time ago, and then I gave them to my mom, then she gave them back to me, and I reread Twilight this month, or I don't know when this is being uploaded. I read Twilight in September, reread it for the first time in 10 years, because I read them whenever I was 13, which you shouldn't read these when you're 13, particularly Breaking Dawn. Don't do that. But I liked them back in the day. I hated Breaking Dawn, and that's what kind of ruined my love for it, and then now that I've reread it, I really just, I don't want to reread the rest of them. Rereading Twilight was an experience. I'm glad that I gave it a shot now that I am an adult and my perspective on things has changed a lot, but I didn't enjoy my reread enough to where I want to reread the other 3 because they're ginormous books, and I didn't enjoy the reread of Twilight all that much, so it's finally time to get rid of these, because somebody who loves these books and doesn't own them will find them, and it'll make them really happy. If I ever get the urge to reread them again, that's what the library's for. Next I have This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl, and I've owned this book for years, like 5 years or so. Whenever this book came out, I got it not long after it came out. It came out in 2014, so I've owned it pretty much since then. And I just really haven't had the urge to pick it up, and I honestly don't think that I will. So I don't see the point in having it on my TBR shelf anymore. It's about, Esther Earl was a nerd fighter who died of cancer, and she was very close to John Green, and he kind of, sort of based The Fault in Our Stars after her, but like not totally, like Hazel Grace is not Esther. And as a nerd fighter, I felt like I needed to read this book, but I haven't read it yet, and I've had it this long, and I feel like I'm never going to at this point, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't know. If you think I should hold on to it, let me know, because I might still have it whenever this is uploaded. Next, I have #Famous by Jilly Gagnon, and this book I got in a book subscription box, and I really just have no interest in it, so I'm just gonna... Next, I have 20s Girl by Sophie Kinsella. I picked this book up because I got it for $1, but I'm actually not really that interested in it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Next, I have Dorothy Must Die and The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Page. And these are the first 2 books in the Dorothy Must Die series. It's a 4-book series now, and I enjoyed this one, but this one was very boring, and from what I've heard, it doesn't really get any better, so I just kind of decided to quit reading this series. And also, whenever I first started the series, I didn't know about the whole Full Fathom 5 thing, and I don't want to support that. So I'm going to get rid of these. If you don't know what the full Fathom 5 is, I'll put some links in the description so you can read about it. Speaking of controversy, the next books I have are Red Queen and Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. It just wasn't for me. Like, I liked Red Queen okay. It was fine. I did not like Cruel Crown at all. That's like 2 novellas that take place before Red Queen. And I really just don't want to read the rest of the series. There are so many other books that I want to read that this isn't a priority for me, so I'm just gonna get rid of these. Next, I have Vasset in the Night by Sarah Porter. I read this book beginning of the year, and I did not like it. It was really weird. The only reason I finished it is because I was reading it for a readathon, and so I felt like I had to finish it, and so I made myself, and also it's short, but this just was not for me, and I don't want to keep it if I don't like it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And the last book in my stack is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Now don't freak out. The only reason I'm getting rid of this is because this was the only book in the trilogy I had in paperback, and I recently picked up a hardcover edition of it, so all 3 of them are in hardcover now, so I don't need the paperback version of this one anymore. So that's it for my unhaul. I feel good about getting rid of all of these books because I have a lot more books on my shelves that I actually want to read. So, awesome. But that will be it for this video, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye.